Jake Paul. All day, every day.
Why?
Just think he knocks him out cold.
Would you be willing to take the bet with Tyson Fury that's saying that Jake is going to beat you?
No, I'm not worried about what Tyson Fury's got to say. That's what I'm saying. It ain't even about the money. I'm betting on myself. Yep. I'm focusing on myself. I'm fully betting on myself. I ain't worried about what anyone's got to say.
So when I'm bouncing around the ring, jabbing, weaving, and doing all of these things, I know I can pick them apart and score points and make this a very, very big contest.
Reports now confirm that Tyson Fury shocked the entire arena when he suddenly stormed into the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul press conference. The moment he grabbed the mic, the whole room shifted. With cameras flashing, Fury sent a direct warning to Joshua, claiming Jake Paul is far more dangerous than anyone realizes. He said Jake has the power, discipline, and self-belief to pull off the biggest upset in modern boxing. Then Fury dropped the bomb. He would bet £1 million on Jake Paul to beat Anthony Joshua, a statement that shook fans, fighters, and analysts across the world.
About possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight look. Bit chubby, bit bulky. I like how Jake Paul calls out the full spectrum from.
Anthony Joshua didn't waste time responding. He snapped back sharply, saying he's not here for side bets or noise from the outside. Joshua said, "I don't bet. I back myself." He made it clear he's not interested in Fury's predictions, the hype, or the headlines. AJ is focused only on training, stepping into the ring, collecting his paycheck, and moving forward. No distractions, no games.
Would you be willing to take the bet with Tyson Fury that's saying that Jake is going to beat you?
No, I'm not worried about what Tyson Fury's got to say. That's what I'm saying. It ain't even about the money. I'm betting on myself. Yep. I'm focusing on myself. I'm fully betting on myself. I ain't worried about what anyone's got to say.
He did say he's going to put £1 million on it. Would you be willing to take that bet with Tyson Fury?
Respectfully, I'm not worried about what Tyson Fury's got to say, or I'm not here for any of that betting and nonsense. I'm here to fight, and that's all it is. Once I get the job done, I'm gonna collect my check, cash it, and I'm gonna focus on the next one. My bet is on me doing it.
Jake Paul keeps insisting that he can beat Joshua because AJ supposedly struggles with smaller fighters. He claims that gives him a real opening in this matchup. Analysts, including Henry from a popular fight podcast, studied Joshua's history against shorter opponents. Yes, they found moments where AJ had to adjust, but the breakdown also showed this. Joshua's technique, timing, reach, and world-level power usually erase any size advantage smaller fighters hope to exploit. Jake sees a weakness. Analysts see experience. Fans see a massive gamble.
Anthony Joshua definitely doesn't struggle, and that's against guys who are of a similar stature to him. When he won his first world title against Charles Martin, he was a taller heavyweight, not taller than AJ necessarily, but a heavyweight of taller stature, and he got that one with a very simple knockout. It was one of the easiest fights of Anthony Joshua's career. He had a war against Vladimir Klitschko, but again, he was highly competitive and eventually managed to get Klitschko out of there. In the Kubrat Pulev fight, while it was a mixed performance, he did end up producing one of his best knockouts. Similarly against Robert Helenius, whilst AJ probably didn't put in one of his best performances again, it ended in another dramatic knockout. He was punch perfect against Otto Wallin in my opinion, and he had that absolutely devastating knockout win against Francis Ngannou, who of course, an absolutely enormous man with a fantastic chin, or so it seemed until Anthony Joshua got his hands on him. Even earlier on in his career against the likes of White, Brazil, and Molina, these were all taller heavyweights who AJ dealt with consummate ease. Of course, most recently he had that loss against Daniel Dubois, but we can't say that
Jake Paul continues to act fearless, positioning himself as the ultimate underdog with the heart of a lion. But beneath all the bravado, even he acknowledges the size gap. He jokes that he has to look up just to make eye contact with Joshua. He knows he's walking into the deepest water of his career. Still, Jake frames his mission as a lesson for young fighters, a message about courage, ambition, and taking risks that seem impossible. But confidence alone won't erase AJ's championship pedigree.
Well, how we doing?
Dude, never been better. This is what I dreamed of. This is what I manifested into reality. I'm here to shock the world, inspire the next generation. We're in the Heat arena. I'm a big Heat fan. Miami's on fire. This is my first pro fight, was in Miami against Gibb. I'm bringing that same energy here. First round KO.
And the Schmo interviewed you there? When you fought Gibb, it was on Fight TV. We've been with you along the way. Not very many times you're looking up at a face-off. So what did you make of looking up for one of the very first times at a face-off right here.
Just looking up at Daddy there and just seeing, how big he is, and just my eyes were kind of going into his nipples and stuff, which I kind of liked. And then basically I was just like, whoa, he's big in that. And then, I can't believe how tall he is.
Is this chain really on the line for the winner?
I don't know if it's confirmed, but I mean, I'm down. But he has to put something up too. There has to be something in it for me.
You say this is the biggest upset that's going to be in boxing history, right up there with 42-1 with Buster Douglas.
Yep.
What is the headline going to be when you knock this guy out and he's laying on the canvas?
Matchroom CEO Frank Smith added fuel to the fire by warning fans that this fight is more spectacle than sport, according to him. This bout is engineered to be shocking and entertaining, not a pure boxing contest. He suggested it's designed to go viral online rather than showcase elite competition. Smith also said he still hopes for the Fury-Joshua megafight, calling it the biggest event boxing could make. He believes it could happen by 2026, but he also reminded everyone, in boxing, talk is cheap. Most big fights never happen. Joe Rogan didn't sugarcoat anything.
To silence all the doubters here, a lot of people saying this can't be real, Anthony Joshua going in there, it must be an exhibition, or Anthony Joshua's it's going to be choreographed and Anthony's going to carry him through a couple of rounds. I know Anthony Joshua, just to silence all those doubters, he's going to go in there to do a job, right?
It's 100% real. It's 100% real. People ask him, why is it 8 rounds, not 10? Because I don't think it goes past the first round. So it's, regardless, it's quite irrelevant. I think he steps across the ring and knocks him out. But we're in for a bit of fun and everyone's going to be tuning in.
It might not be fun for Jake Paul. I mean, it's serious entertainment, is it?
Yeah, 100%. Look, I agree with you. I accept Jake Paul is absolutely mental for doing this. And I don't think he quite realizes. I think he's got people around him who actually are saying, Anthony Joshua's chinny. He said it in interviews. It's quite wild, but if that's the world he wants to live in, he'll find out on December 19th.
And Frank, to finish with, the plan is still sometime in 2026, AJ against Tyson Fury. And Turki Al-Sheikh's working on that, is he?
That's the fight we want to make. That's the fight we want to see. Look, we're all guilty of doing a lot of talking over the years and that not happening. So I don't want to talk too much, but that is definitely what we want to.
He called this matchup one of the craziest, most dangerous ideas in boxing right now. Rogan pointed at Joshua's size, knockout power, Olympic background, and championship-level experience. He said nitrogen monoxide contract clause or special rule is going to make Joshua any less deadly. And Rogan repeatedly mentioned one thing: Joshua's knockout of Francis Ngannou. Rogan believes that KO is the biggest warning sign Jake Paul should pay attention to. Stepping in with Joshua isn't just risky, it could end brutally. Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen believe Jake Paul's mindset is the real danger. They say Jake's casual confidence might be hiding the fact that he doesn't fully understand.
Well, realistically, it's one of the craziest propositions of all time. You take a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and then you're going to fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division. Maybe we should watch the Francis Ngannou fight so you could see. Let's watch that real quick, just so you can see what Anthony Joshua is capable if he's fighting someone that's not in his league. Okay, look, Usyk beat him, and he beat him twice, and Andy Ruiz caught him in the first fight and dropped him and stopped him. It was spectacular. Andy Ruiz is super fucking talented. Usyk is perhaps the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. Maybe one of the greatest of all time in any weight class. Usyk. And Usyk beat him, and he beat him twice. But Francis Ngannou is coming off of this fight with, go a little bit before that so we can see this happen. Watch this.
Highlights, we can't watch them.
So he drops him with a right hand early. And this is 2 minutes into the first round. And Francis gets up, he survives. And then Joshua, check out this combination he hits him with. I mean, dude, the speed that he hits him with this, he's so dangerous, man. It's like you're dealing with a guy who's an Olympic gold medalist, and he's enormous, and he's got vicious knockout power, and he's got immense amount of experience at world-class levels. Just think about what we said earlier. Fought Usyk twice, fought Andy Ruiz twice.
Brendan Schaub and
How dangerous AJ truly is. They argue this is a massive leap in competition, a leap that could go horribly wrong. While fans praise Jake's courage, Schaub and Callan think he may be underestimating the threat. Still, a few analysts believe Jake could land a knockout if the perfect moment appears. Intro 8. Buddy McGirt says, "It's closer than people think." One of the most surprising voices is former world champion and elite trainer Buddy McGirt. He believes this fight might be more competitive than people think. McGirt sees both fighters' size, reach, and punching power as equalizers. And in heavyweight boxing,